Hello boaters, welcome to Narrowboat Journeys. We're on the Shropshire Union Canal and I've just left my overnight mooring near Bridge 42, which is Anchor Bridge by the Anchor Pub, and I'm heading north now, and in this video I'm going to go as far as Bridge 55, which is near Cheswardine. Straight away you notice that this section of the canal has a lot more moored boats on it. There are hundreds of them. Or so it seems, at least. They go on for a very long way and there's several large groups of them. There are very few marinas on the Shropshire. That's mainly because most of the Shropshire is either a raised embankment or a deep cutting, and so making a marina offline is very, very difficult and expensive. So all of the moored boats tend to be moored on a long line along the main canal like this. There's a lot of ducks round here. Don't worry, I didn't squash any of them. And there on the right is a stop gate. These gates are occasionally used to isolate and close off certain sections of the canal, usually for maintenance work. And on the other side of the bridge, well, even more moored boats. We're just approaching a very long, straight embankment. But here we have a winding hole, so you can turn around. This is a little place called Shebdon. There's an aqueduct going over a country lane, which you're just going over now, and just down below, if you went down the steps, there used to be a pub down the bottom of here, which is why we have visitor moorings along the top. Unfortunately it closed down a few years ago. Last time I travelled through here 20 years ago it was open. The canal now carries on in a very straight line for quite a long way, maybe nearly a mile I think. Took me a good 20 minutes before I got to anything different. And here we are coming to the end of the embankment now. I remember this place from 20 years ago. It's funny how certain places stick in your mind when others you totally forget. This building on the right here, and possibly some other buildings to the right of that again, used to be some sort of chocolate factory years ago. Don't know what it's used for now. This is a tiny little place called Knighton, but the canal is really quite pretty through here. Here's a family of Canada geese and their goslings. On the other side of Bridge 48 there's a winding hole. And then, of course, well, it had to happen, didn't it? I encountered a fishing competition. Fishermen are usually quite cheerful, but you can occasionally get a grumpy one or two. One thing though is they do often restrict where you can moor up. and it's just started to rain a little bit. It's not much. This is Bridge 55. It's near the village of Cheswardine. There used to be a shop there, but that's closed down now, unfortunately, like so many places. Now, on the other side of this bridge, to the right, we have a pub, which is probably very popular with boaters, and a winding hole. And on the left, we've got a water point. Now, I wasn't desperate for water, but I really should have filled up here, because the water point that I was planning on visiting up ahead was totally out of order. And just after the water point and the winding hole, we have some visitor moorings. And right here looks like a really good place to stop. Up ahead is the Woodsieves cutting, which we'll be travelling through in the next video. Here are some ways you can help support my channel, and they won't cost you a penny. Now the only thing remaining to do now really is to play the end sequence with the new ending music, thanks to Bushka and Midge. Thank you for watching. See you next time.